Papez circuit in psychology to understand the consolidation of episodic memory. So what is episodic memory and how it is consolidated through Papez circuit is what we would understand today. To begin with, memory. Now memory can be classified into three types. We all know well, which is the sensory memory, short-term memory and long-term memory. This long-term memory can be further classified as either explicit memory or implicit memory. Explicit memory is declarative in nature. We understand the facts, concepts. However, under implicit memory, we understand the procedure. So we call it as procedural memory. This declarative memory can further be classified as episodic memory and semantic memory. Semantic memory focuses on facts, concepts. However, episodic memory talks about events, experiences, and the consolidation of this episodic memory is the basis to understand the Papez circuit. Now let me put in a very simple example. COVID lockdown. One of your family friends probably suffering from COVID was put in home isolation or in isolation for 14 days. Now all that emotional experience makes it very difficult for a person to actually come out of it, and therefore to comfort the survival, focusing on this becomes important. So damage to any of this part can lead to Parkinson's, can lead to Alzheimer's, can lead to Cosseffer syndrome, which is actually due to deficiency of vitamin B1 thiamine. So all of these are related to episodic memory. Now episodic memory is very important to understand because under Papez circuit, the whole emotional experience is facilitated through this episodic memory. The experience of the events, the experiences, as we said. So how does it actually work in the brain, the Papez circuit work in the brain? It all starts with hippocampus, also known as the subiculum. So from the subiculum, this starts, it moves to fornix, from fornix to mammillary body, and from mammillary body to mammillothalamic tract, finally into the interior nucleus of the thalamus. So from fornix, we can say it moves to thalamus. Now from the interior nucleus of the thalamus, it moves to the outer region, which is the cingulate gyrus. From cingulate gyrus to cingulum cingulate. So from cingulate gyrus to cingulum. From cingulum, this would again move to the parahippocampus gyrus, which is outside the closer to the hippocampus. From there to entorhinal cortex, and from entorhinal cortex back to hippocampus. And this is how the Papez circuit works. So I repeat again, it begins with hippocampus. From the hippocampus, it would move to fornix. From fornix to thalamus, so it would first move to the mammillary body, then the mammillothalamic tract. From the mammillothalamic tract to the interior nuclei of the thalamus. From the thalamus to the cingulate gyrus. From the cingulate gyrus to the cingulum. From the cingulum to the parahippocampal gyrus, from the parahippocampal gyrus to the entorhinal cortex, and from the entorhinal cortex back to hippocampus. And this is how we understand the process of Papez circuit. To know more about psychology, various concepts, focus on to our complete video course, which is available at Doorstep Tutor. The links are available below. Wish you a very good luck for your preparation. Have a wonderful day ahead.